What is up, the Lions fans? It's your boy Motor City Don P. We are back here once again for Syndicate Sports Detroit, and we got some things that we're going to get into today. But once again, when you see me in front of your TV, one thing is for certain, three things are for sure. Number one is that the Motor City Cats are indeed back at it. Number two is that we came to give you stats, none of that static. Number three, and perhaps the most important number of them all, we want to make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. Now, the Detroit Lions have indeed wrapped up their joint practices with the Miami Dolphins. And the next time you see the Miami Dolphins and the Detroit Lions on the field will be tomorrow. Well, I guess as of the making of this, I'm saying tomorrow. But when this comes out, it'll be today. So it'll be today, right before the game. The preseason game, number 3, the Miami Dolphins and the Detroit Lions. It will be the home opener, the preseason home opener. We've had 2 games. We had one in Oh Hell No, which if you're new here, I don't say Ohio. I say Oh Hell No. Okay. It was in Canton, Oh Hell No, at the Hall of Fame. And then next, we traveled to Atlanta. I think it's the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and took on the Atlanta Falcons. And obviously, we had the way that game ended. But as we all know, Mo Norris is fine. He's in the concussion protocol, so he looks to make a full recovery. They have not put him on IR, so he will probably be back this season. So it looks scary. It looked really serious, but fortunately, it was not. So we've got that. And again, we are going to be opening up at Ford Field. I guess I should say today at 1 p.m. So we did learn some things from the Detroit Lions during these 2 joint practices. We did hear all the reports coming out from these practices that it was complete, total, utter domination by the Detroit Lions on both days. The second day was, the Miami Dolphins got a little bit of their, I don't even want to call it get back. They just got a little bit of something back. I don't know exactly what we talking about something. It was just a little bit of something. They did make a couple of plays and things, but the dominance was clearly there still. We had Jameson Williams being mic'd up and caught a 50-yard bomb from Jared Goff as he ran by everybody. And he turned around and let Ifeatu Melifonwu know about it. And you know why he let him know about it, because Ifeatu Melifonwu struck him in the face the day before, day 1 of practice. Not happy getting burnt, not happy getting beat, not happy getting embarrassed out there as a member of the Miami Dolphins, when last year he was on the other side as a member of the Detroit Lions while we were doing our thing against everybody else. So we've got an article here from the Doc, John Doc Macaron, friend of the show, Detroit Lions on SI. He says, what we learned about Detroit Lions after Dolphins joint practices. The Detroit Lions were able to test themselves this week in a pair of joint practices against a Miami Dolphins team that went 8-9 last season. Not great. Not great, Bob. 8-9, not a great record. I told the guys, man, my focus was I want to make sure we're all on the same page, that we come out of this and there's clear communication. We don't have these mental errors. You thought, well, who called this? That we were on point, and that our fundamentals show up, said Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, when you're reading his quotes, you never know how it's going to go. Okay, it could go one way, it could go the other way, and it could go all the ways at the same time. Okay, it could be, what's the name of that movie? Everywhere, somewhere over there, all at once. I don't know. But you know what I'm talking about. The things that we do in individual, in group, in one-on-ones, they need to show up against a different opponent. And man, as a whole, I thought we did that, man. The coaching and the teaching, I thought, transferred yesterday, and it's got to do that again today. Detroit's offensive line is starting to gain confidence, and 2 guards, Christian Mahogany and rookie Tate Ratledge, have turned heads due to their growth and consistency. We're not where we want to be for week 1 of the season for sure, and there's been some moving parts, Taylor Decker said. I haven't even really practiced until a couple of days ago was my first team reps in practice, and I've played with a lot of these guys a lot. So there's a level of continuity, and there's been a little bit of a Rolodex of players at left tackle and stuff like that. I think he meant revolving door. Rolodex, it can't, Rolodex. So if y'all ain't old enough to know what a Rolodex is basically is your contacts on your phone, but you would write it down on little cardboard cards and you have it in the Rolodex, and the Rolodex and they call it a Rolodex because it will roll. You can roll it, and then it's separated by letters, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know what I'm talking about? And all those all the contacts for A, you just flip it down, and okay. So that's a Rolodex. I feel like revolving door would have been a better use, but sometimes you talk fast and you say stuff. So having guys in and out, and then, like I said, we were playing against a really good defense. Our defense has a lot of good players, and they're playing at a high level. So we're definitely not where we want to be for week 1, but we got time. Decker explained further, we're going to get there, and we're going to continue to get better. And this was a good one to build on, and we got to come on and just do it again tomorrow. Okay, so obviously that was what they were saying after the first day of joint practices. Among the most important lessons learned is that the 2 new coordinators are starting to answer questions regarding their ability to lead a Lions team that has quality starters and depth in many key spots. Both Kelvin Shepard and John Morton earned praise this week for having their units communicating and executing at a high level. Okay, so this is where the lazy takes come in from people like Nick Wright, who want to talk about how the Detroit Lions are going to go from first in the NFC last year to missing the entire playoffs this year. They're going to take a huge step back because of 2 coordinators. But are they at the practices? Do they actually know what's going on in the practices? Have they actually taken the time out to go say, you know what? I feel this way about the Detroit Lions. Let me go and check out a practice. Let me go to their training camp, because they have the resources, right? They have the resources to be able to come out and fly out to the Detroit Lions training camp, right? They know people within the industry. They can make calls and say, hey, man, we're trying to get out to your practice. What you trying to do, right? And the Detroit Lions can say yay or nay, but they're not even picking up the phone. So if you're not going to pick up the phone, Will Smith said it best. He said, keep my team's name out your effing mouth. Okay? Anybody that wants to smack Nick Wright, be my guest. All right. Amon-Ra St. Brown is among most dominant wide receivers in NFL. Amon-Ra St. Brown was simply unstoppable over the course of 2 days. The talented wideout has showcased repeatedly he is among the most dominant offensive weapons in the National Football League. Nothing surprises me about him. It just doesn't, because that guy, he's got the ability. But his work ethic and the way he is wired, he's got this can do, won't lose, won't miss, give it to me in criticals, can't stop, won't stop. Okay. All right. Said Dan Campbell. So, no, I'm not surprised. I thought he was outstanding yesterday, and I think he can be even better. I do. Rookie Isaac Tesla, or SpaceX. Come on now. SpaceX, white boy Rick. Get it in the comments. What do you guys like? SpaceX, white boy Rick. We're not doing no Trons. We're not doing no Trons. Right? No Megatron. No Mayotron. You know what I'm saying? Whitemus Prime. We ain't doing none of that. Ooh, Whitemus Prime. Hey, man, I just thought about that one off the top of the head. Whitemus Prime. I don't hate it. What do y'all what do y'all think? Isaac Tesla is a first-year player that has garnered serious consideration to be utilized in a starting capacity as soon as week 1 against the Green Bay Packers. It will be intriguing to monitor his progression the remainder of camp, as general manager Brad Holmes is not taking as much criticism for trading up so many spots to select him. Not anymore after we've seen him play, right? The latest Lone Wolves podcast recaps the joint practices and breaks down more key takeaways from the joint practices this week. So make sure you check out John the Doc Macaron on his Lone Wolves podcast. See, I'm not gonna sit here and like edit that out and say, oh, no free. No, bro. I appreciate John. John is the reason that I have this video to make, right? Because of his astute observations. So please go ahead, check him out. Detroit Lions on SI. Okay. I'm not gonna shy away from that, bro. You give the credit where the credit is due. So I was able to make a video off of his work, and I will, attribute correctly to who it went to. And if he plugs his podcast and his work, there's no way in hell I'm just going to skip over it. So that is what that is. It says, don't miss any future episodes of the podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the Lone Wolves podcast, which is available everywhere your favorite podcasts are housed. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe not only to this channel, but subscribe to the Lone Wolves podcast. So coming up, as I said, is the preseason game. I really don't have too much. So I struggled with this one. When I did my show today, or now, as I should say, yesterday, because my show is on Friday, the game is on Sunday or Saturday. So by the time you're seeing this video, it will have been yesterday that I did the show. But I said on my show yesterday, in the past, not in the present, when I'm making this video, that I don't have any expectations for this game. I don't really have anything I'm looking for in this game. The only thing I'm actually looking for is what Hendon Hooker looks like, what Kyle Allen looks like, because I don't think that either one of those guys is our backup quarterback. But if we're talking about the leader in the clubhouse right now, it is clearly Kyle Allen, and that frightens me. That frightens me. Do you believe that the Philadelphia Eagles would have won that Super Bowl if they didn't have Nick Foles, if they had Hendon Hooker or Kyle Allen as their backup quarterbacks? I think not. So the backup quarterback position is extremely important. The only issue is I'm frustrated with Hendon Hooker because Hendon Hooker was a third-round draft pick, and I feel like third-round draft pick or the draft pick is the kind of capital that you want to give up for a backup quarterback. You don't want to give up too much money and have to bring in a high price backup so that he'll hold the clipboard for the entire season. Hopefully you won't have to use him. Hopefully he won't see any run, right? Hopefully Jared Goff stays upright for the entire season. No nicks, no bruises, no dents, no dings, none of that. And he never has to come out of a game, not even for a play, not even for a series. But if that happens, and we can't guarantee that it won't, we need to have competency there. So I want to make sure on Saturday, okay, that the competency is there. Okay, I will be streaming the game. I know Derek is streaming the game as well. So make sure you check out him or me or both or whatever, do your ping pong thing. But I don't think that I have anything else that I'm looking forward to. You can go ahead and shut down Tesla for all I care. You can shut down Tate Ratledge and Tyleek Williams. And, we've had some issues with some injuries. I think that's an understatement to say. So I don't really want to see any more of those things out there. So I'm just looking for Hendon Hooker to protect the damn football. Okay. Because that's why he got pulled early last week, because he wasn't protecting the football. Dan Campbell said it himself. Okay. So now when you don't protect the football, you give it away for free. You are for the streets. Okay. And if y'all know what that means, there's so many levels to that, right? You let Kyle Allen come in and look like the much, much, much better quarterback, and you're giving away the competition. by not being able to protect the football. So first and foremost, I want to see Hendon Hooker protect the football during this game. And I also want to see him going through his progressions, making more than one read and pulling it down and running. I'd like him to get to guy number 2, guy number 3. Okay, and then run if it's not there. But I want to see him get to those guys first. And when you run, for the love of God, Hendon Hooker, when you take off to become a runner, tuck the damn football and protect it. Okay? If you're going to take a sack in the pocket, tuck the football and protect it. It's very simple. That is your number one job as an offensive football player. Protect the football. If you're a lineman, protect the quarterback so that he can protect the football better. It's all about protecting the football. Okay? So make sure you do that. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all for hanging around to the end. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed to this channel. If you already are subscribed to this channel and you are not subscribed to Motor City Cats, please do me a favor. Right after this video ends, go over to Motor City Cats, right? Just type it in your YouTube and I'll pop right up. Make sure you get my channel. I will be simulcasting maybe from next week, definitely by the beginning of the season. So I will be simulcasting every Friday. I'll probably fill in if Derek is at a game. Maybe I'll have a stream up. I'm not sure how it'll work because I got some other things that I'm doing as well. So we will make sure we get everything to you. We want to be the most comprehensive in the coverage. We want to have our own facts and analytics and opinions that we want to talk about because we are giving it to you from a fan perspective. And that is what it is. But again, Motor City Cats R&D back at it. We came to give you stats, not none of that static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. And we are out. Peace. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.